Okay, so today we're going to talk about putting in an outlet that is on a GFI circuit, and we're going into a wall that is already there, and there's a hole down here, and I'm going to sound for studs. So it sounds like there's no studs in here, but there's a wire coming up through here, so I'm going to cut my hole about right here. So I'm going to trace here, here, go down the side, and I'll go down the side over here. Then I'll connect this line with that one, connect the top of that one to that one. This box is made by Carlon. It's one of the better quality ones. It's a nice durable plastic. Some of them are Bakelite and they don't hold up as well, like these holes might strip out. So I will put my I'll drill my holes in the corner here. Alrighty, and then we'll take our keyhole saw across the bottom here. And we'll go down the side. And there's where our stud is. And here's where our wire is that goes up to our other box. Here is the 14.2 Romex we'll be installing to come up the wall. And guess what? It's made here in the country I'm born in. That's a great thing to see. And we're going to put a wall receptacle in. I don't like the residential ones, so I get the commercial ones, which are a better quality. And here's our cover we're going to put on. So I'm going to take this wire downstairs and I'm going to poke it up through the hole. Okay, so I went down in the cellar, drilled my hole, and here is our wire. So we're going to poke a little, break that little seal there, so we can put our wire into the box. I'm just going to cut a little down the middle here. I'm going to pull the wires out of the jacket. end off so it's all nice and clean. Okay, so I got my wires nice and flat inside the Romex here. I'm going to insert them through the bottom of the box here. I have to reach in with my needle nose to like pull this thing back a little bit. And we got our jacket into the box. I want to bring that jacket in so that the black and white conductors are away from the sharp edge there. So now I'll just push this back down into the wall. I'll push the slack back down to the cellar there. Okay, so I'm going to have to bring it up just a hair on this side. See these little wing tabs here? That's what comes up on the inside of the wall to hold the box in place. So I'm going to just push this back into the wall here. Okay, we're going to have to come down a little bit on this side. So I'm going to get my wire out of the way there. Yeah, I'm catching a little bit on this side over here, so I'm going to make sure my wire is out of the way. Okay, so I have to go down just a hair more on this side. I'll make sure the wire is out of the way. And now the box fits nice and flush inside the wall. So we'll take our Phillips screwdriver, we'll push that little tab back, and we will tighten that down. I push it in so the tab comes up in the back. See how that's drawing it back flush to the wall there? I don't want to over tighten it, but I just want to turn it until I feel that flushing off to the wall there. Okay, when we're done, we can put a little bit of caulk in there just to kind of like help hold the box in place. So now that we got our wires into the box, this is a, what? 1, 2. So we're going to put the bare ground wire around the green screw here. Those are looped down nice and tight. Make sure it's tight. And we'll strip our black and white conductors with the 14 hole. So we're using 14 wire. Okay, so we're going to put the black on the brass side. Okay, so we have a little copper sticking up here, so we're going to trim that back a little bit. Just a tiny bit. There we go. So we just have a very tiny bit of the copper showing behind the screw. And we'll do the same with the white wire. Put it in the hole so that only a very little copper is showing above it. I'm going to just take a little tiny bit off of it. Alright, take just a smidgen more off of there. Okay, now we tightened these 2 screws that we're not using because, especially with a metal box, if they get loose they can touch the side of the box and short something out. So I will bring my tablet over here and show you the connections. See how the copper comes down to just above the connection? Okay, so now we can fold these wires into the box. Now we're going to put the ground hole up because that's the recommended way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to come up with the black and the white, then I'm going to go down behind my finger here with the black and the white. See how I have that? I'm going to keep them off to the side so that these rivets on the back don't puncture through the insulation. And I'm going to zigzag the bare ground wire across the top so it stays away from the terminals. Shape these wires that they go back into the box so they and stay over to the side where I want it. to snug our outlet back against the box, flush under the box. Now, ground wire stays up away from the connections. And also, guess what? The cover plate is made in the country I'm born in. Made in the USA. And that is a Pass and Seymour. And wouldn't you know it, I brought 2 Phillips screwdrivers and not a regular one, so I had to go back and get another one. And we will just put the cover on. So, we are all done with this installation of the bathroom outlet, and it is on a GFI circuit in the basement. As you can see, it's on that top circuit breaker there, and that's a 15 amp GFI.